I was having, a great time, I guess. Coming home at, 4 in the morning, or not coming home at all, just having nobody to answer to. Me and my father were sitting at home watching a football game. I just looked at my dad and I told him that I really wanted to get involved with the church. I have a Christian foundation and my morals, like they instilled morals in me, but I never really paid attention to them because you have to find God on your own. And the things that I was doing, I was just living in the moment. And that's right when my grandpa died. I was really close to him growing up. I was really, really close to him. And that took a big toll because I felt like I was doing life on my own. Because, there was no one I could hold on to. Like, there's no one I could cry with. I would even talk to my parents. I would only call them if I needed money. And of course that money went straight to partying. I wouldn't talk to my brother. I wouldn't talk to my sisters, and they would get upset with me, but it was hard. It was like if I called them, I knew that I would just break down, and that's something I didn't want to do. There were some times I would be high all day, and that was just the life. That was just life. I was going to school, but I would just go to class, and if someone walked up to me and be like, "Hey, yo, man, like I got a blunt or I got a joint," I'd just be like, "Forget school, let's go do that," because that was much better than sitting in the classroom with a bunch of people I didn't even know. Couldn't really focus on one person. When someone was talking to me, I would listen to what they were saying, but my mind was going a million miles an hour. I came back from Boise. I partied way too hard, but I struggled in the class. I struggled on the team because I was selfish. I was doing things for me. I was getting in trouble in class, and they would tell my coaches that I took it hard. My parents took it pretty hard, and because I was there. The opportunity, it was all real, but I threw it all away. Playing ball at that next level at a Division I school, that was a big time deal. And then throwing it away, I could have stayed there. I could have stayed at Boise and continued working. I could have stayed there a year, then got my eligibility back and got back on the team, but I left on bad terms. I remember me and my mom sitting in this very kitchen with Marlene, a girl from our church, and her looking at me and telling me, she's like, "Junior, like how are you?" I told her I was fine. I looked at her, smiled, and I was like, "Man, like I'm fine. Like there's nothing wrong with me. I'm basically living the dream." Having fun, going out and doing all the things that I thought were great. She told me she wanted me to be careful because she saw a car accident coming on. She saw me getting in a car accident. And I remember I got so mad. Like, why would you want your son to get in a car crash? Like, why would you say that? And she was just like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, just be careful. Literally 2 weeks later, I get in a car crash and no insurance, and the cop tells me hey, you're basically screwed. Like you have no insurance and you totaled this lady's car. You're gonna owe a bunch of money. $17,000 I owe to this lady for totaling her car, and I was just in a big ditch. You know, I was broken. Yeah, I was broken. I was broken mentally, physically. You know, I lost a bunch of weight. I lost like 20 pounds. I lost 30 pounds, to be honest with you. I went down to 190. There'd be days I wouldn't even eat. I have a bowl of oatmeal in the morning. My heart was broken because I felt like there was no reason. You know, like why am I taking up space? And you know, that was tough. Came home, you know, I started crying. And I told her that I wanted to come back home, that I needed to come back home because I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't support myself. Like I wasn't ready. And you know, she let me back. You know, she talked to my dad and they let me back. For a while, I've been really looking for like love and, you know, trying to feel love, the feeling of love and being loved by others. But what the Bible offers is so much, you know, so much of it. God calls me his son. You know, I'm owned by God, and that just makes me feel I have a purpose in life. Finding God is personal. You can't be forced to want to serve God. You can't see someone else and be like, hey, look what they're doing. And that looks good. God's blessing them, then he should bless me. Those are wrong intentions. You have to want him because he wants you. Now that I have this relationship with God, my life has been so much better. You know, I have purpose. It's not even about me, it's what God does through me. And he helps me out through all of it. My name is Junior Alvarado III.